there are a lot of folks working to look at ways to improve the guardianship process in Alabama, both from the state bar, Alabama Guardianship Associations, all of those different people that are involved, or I think are all looking at ways to improve it. Potential opportunities, I think that finding more ways to easily communicate between those that are in guardianships, the guardians, the attorneys, the courts, other partners in that guardianship world. As we continue to work, I think that finding more ways to make sure that we're communicating effectively is probably our biggest tool that we need. When a person comes to us, a lot of times they haven't met with an attorney. Maybe the situation hasn't been one that they felt needed to be reported to DHR, but DHR is involved in these situations in a lot of cases. So when they show up at our office, they're a blank slate, other than they know they need help, or maybe somebody's told them you need to go see the probate office. So again, that's where we try to provide as much information as we can. There's some information that's been provided to us through these different organizations that we can make available. But again, the rules of judicial conduct and professional conduct say that we have to be careful how much we provide counsel on the front end, because we're not supposed to be giving them legal advice, and we don't. But that can be hard for that person coming in, because I can explain that to them, but they still need a question answered. So finding ways to help those people get the information on the front end is probably would be one of our biggest assets. One of those tools that we talk about, one of our partners, by providing education, information, call it propaganda, but documents explaining some of this information, that is a huge tool that we try to use, as well as the information that they provide for once a person has been named as a conservator or a guardian, to help them understand what their job is going forward. Absolutely. I think that being able to provide some of that information has allowed our guardians and conservators to feel like they've got something to follow. We give them some instruction, they get a copy of an order, but that doesn't nearly explain what happens day one, day two as a guardian, as a conservator, what their responsibilities are, what is a fiduciary responsibility, how they can use money, how they can affect the person's situation. So those are great tools that we try to provide to anybody that's coming through and is named as a guardian. Going to be, depending on the award situation, they're going to be either working with them a lot, in which case that's good, because they can better honor the wishes of that person to the extent that they can. That makes sense. Or all of it's on them, and they can't interact with the person. So they have to try to do what they believe is in the interest of that person, as well as honoring their wishes to the extent that they can. Having patience, being able to work through those different issues. I don't know what quality you would want to call that. If it's just, certainly a quality would be organization, because you are responsible for someone else's person or their money, or both. And again, you have to keep up with that and record those interactions, provide information to a court periodically. You may have to provide information to other governmental bodies or insurance companies. Being able to keep up with details would certainly be an important quality.